Good evening and welcome to Mystery Card Class. I'm Nancy Dodge from YB Stamp. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And welcome. I hope you've had a chance to gather your supplies. I'm really excited about today's card. It's a little bit on the complicated side, but it's well worth the patience. Really, honestly. Okay. So the supplies. Cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. Another piece 2 inches by 1/2 inch, and another piece 3 7/8 by 3/4. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, I think I forgot those size pieces. DSP 3 of 3 7/8 by 1 5/8 and 1 2 1/4 by 5. Coordinating cardstock 3 of 4 1/16 by 1 3/4 and 1 I don't have that right there. Cut off. Sorry about that, folks. I'll just quick pull it up and so then I can read it to you from my little supply list here instead. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. 1 3/4 and 1 of 4 inches by 5 1/4. Basic white cardstock 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 and scrap for banner. Then I wanted 3 to 5 about 1.5 inch flower die cuts or images. I suggested flowers strongly, but it doesn't have to be that. 3 to 5 pieces of 4 by 1/2 inch coordinating green or brown strips of cardstock, coordinating ink, trimmer, bone folder, multi-purpose glue, tear and tape, and sentiments and images if desired. I'm telling you, it's been one of those days. So, I have my supplies, and I forgot the piece of those 2 small cardstocks. So they need to be in this purple color, which is Gorgeous Grape, and I don't see any in my stock. So, do you guys have a bin like this at home? Oh, look, I got a piece. Oh, I don't know if that's big enough. Let's see what else we got. I don't mean to take up your time, but hope y'all are having a good weekend. It's been very, very, very busy. Of course, when you want a piece, you can never find it, right? Oh, wrong color. Oh, look, I found some. Okay. I said I needed a piece 2 inches. Well, let's do the long piece first. I needed 3 7/8 by 3/4 inch. So I'm going to put this here. 3/4 inch by 3 7/8. 3 7/8. And the other piece is 2 inches by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch by 2 inches. I can't believe I forgot that. I thought I was being so good. Alright. Now, let's see. I've got Carol and Michelle and Carolyn. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Now that I've got my supplies, I'm going to stick them aside and start with our clues. Alrighty. Clue number 1. Adhere the 3 strips of DSP to the 3 strips of coordinating cardstock, then adhere evenly to the front of the card. Okay. Here's the front of my card. Just burnish that. And then I have my 1, 2, 3 strips and my coordinating 3 strips. Let's see. I know that they were in an order. I don't know if they still are. There we go. Alright. So I'm just going to use my Stamp and Seal. You can use whatever adhesive you like. When I'm putting just square or rectangle pieces of cardstock together with DSP, I like to use Stamp and Seal. But I know others like the Multipurpose Glue or tear and tape. So use whatever you want. Some of you just may be watching, and that's okay, because, like I said, it's a little on the complicated side, but the effort is well worth it. This is old DSP, but I really liked the flowers on it. But that's the beauty of doing a mystery card, because it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter if it's old or new, right? Okay, now I think these just barely fit with just a smidge in between, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those. Let me know if I go too fast. Just watching. Materials had you curious. Yeah. Oh, Carol got the measurements wrong. Sorry, Carol. Did I mess something up, or did you? Well, you can just watch with Michelle and Carolyn. Now, I always put the top and the bottom on first. So that that middle one is evenly spaced between the two. There we go. So many numbers. Yeah, there were a lot of numbers. I know numbers are not your favorite thing, Carol. Alright. So there's the front of our card. It's the start. There's going to be more, but hold on. Alrighty. Now, you're going to laugh at me, but I have clue number 1A, because when I was copying and pasting the directions, I said, well, what happened to step 2? So we have a 1A. The 1A is to adhere the 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 white cardstock to the 4 by 5 1/4 coordinating cardstock, then adhere to the inside right of the card. Alright, so I'm going to put some adhesive on the back, line it up as best I can, and then on the inside. Alright. So I try lining it up on these 3 sides the best I can, and usually the 4th is pretty good. Alrighty. Clue number 2. This is where the tricky stuff comes in. You're going to need your trimmer, but not necessarily to trim. So, lightly score the 2 1/4 by 5 inch DSP at 3/4 inches and 1 1/2 inches longwise. Let's start there first. So 3/4 of an inch. It's hard to see because of the color of this DSP. Sorry about that. And remember, it's DSP, so don't score too hard. And 1 1/2 inches. So basically it's 3/4 of an inch from either side. Okay. Then I want you to score 1 inch from either side on the short side. So 1 inch on either side. One inch. Okay. Then trim corner sections on one side and the middle section on the other in the landscape position. So what we're going to do is take our snips and we're going to cut out the corners. Can you see? The corners on one side. And then the middle on the other side. Make sure I'm cutting on the right line. Here we go. So it looks like this. It's kind of funny. I know, it's a bit weird, but that's how it's supposed to go. Okay. Next clue. Score 3/8 of an inch on one end of the 3 7/8 by 3/4 inch. That's the one I forgot to do and then just did. Okay. Switch over. 3/8 of an inch. Is that what I said? Yeah, 3/8. So 3/8 of an inch. And remember, it's a score, so keep that other blade out of your way. All scored. Alrighty. Clue number 4. Add tear and tape to the middle tab of DSP and adhere to unscored end of the 3 7/8 by 3/4 cardstock, then add tear and tape to scored end. Alright, I know this is confusing. So here's our tabbed end. And I'm going to add tear and tape as soon as I find the end to the tab end like so. See? And adhere. So we'll pull these pieces off. I've done this card a couple times, but because of the complexity, if I mess up, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to add this tab like so. So it looks like this. Then we're going to add tear and tape on this end. Just one strip. And then we're going to the inside. Oh, maybe that's step number 5. Is that clue number 5? No, I just didn't write it out. Anyway, we're going to add tear and tape. Tape to scored end. Okay, I didn't write the whole thing. Sorry about that. So we're going to fold this in. And I want to adhere it right here. Even with this. Oh, see, it is step 5. Step 5. Keep DSP slightly above bottom card edge. Fold that little piece I just showed you under and close the card to adhere. Okay. So I want to make sure this is even and just a little above, but I also want this to stick on this piece on the right hand side. So about like that. Did I do that right? Why, yes, she did. Okay. It's going to go like this. Right? Now I'm just confusing myself. Did I mess up? No, I didn't mess up. I questioned myself before too. All right. Open card. Flick mechanism open. Add tear and tape to both edges of the 2.5 by 1.5 inch cardstock. That's the little piece I just cut. Hold on, I got it. So we're going to do that first. Going to add just a tear and tape here. And tear and tape here. And then I'm going to adhere to the edge of the DSP over that other piece of cardstock. Like so. So, make sure it moves. Okay. This is complicated, isn't it? But that's okay. I'm telling you, it's worth it. All right, add tear and tape to the DSP tabs on the other end. Fold under and close card carefully to adhere flat. Okay, so I'm going to add it to these ends right here. No. Yeah. Just like we did on the other side. Oh look, I've run out. Good thing I have more. These are all left over from paper pumpkins. All right. Okay. Now comes the tricky part. Take these pieces off. Carol, your head is probably spinning, going, I thought I was the numbers were complicating me. Okay. So these are getting folded under. However, it needs to get adhered when the card is closed flush. So you're going to kind of hold these up at the same time as closing your card. Very carefully. It stuck too soon. I know it seems hard, but it's really not. It's just tricky. So close. I wonder if I put my bone folder under there to hold it. If I could then, oh no, now it's stuck to my bone folder. giving me grief just because I don't want it to. All right. Thank you for grinning and bearing it. I tell you, it'll be worth it. Okay, I got it. So that when you open it up, this comes off. Good, that's great, Nan. Let me put some more tear and tape on there. You'd never know how many times I did this. Okay. Now we're doing okay. So when you open it up, something's sticking. I think my little bar is stuck. There it is. You know, this doesn't usually happen to me. All right. There we go. All right, now it popped up, see? Oh, man. All right. Now that I've made it through clue number 7, right? Clue number 7. Yep. Let's move on to clue number 8. Okay. Clue number 8. Score each of the 1/2 inch by 4 inch pieces of earth tone or green or whatever. Mine happened to be Granny Apple Green. At 1/4 inch. Fold in half. Add multi-purpose glue to keep folded. Okay. So first I'm going to score these at 1/4 inch. One. I'm just doing 3, but you can do as many as you want, I suppose. You'll see when I'm done. Since I think I'm doing this by myself now. Yep, 1/4 inch. Okay. I'm done with my trimmer. I'm going to score these in half. And I'm going to use my bone folder again to get a nice seal on this. I'm going to pull out my silicone mat. And we're going to add glue. Now I'm using the multi-purpose glue. I'm just using it in a different container. So I'm going to just take this, put a thin line of glue on it. Then I'm going to use my bone folder to push it down flat, getting the excess glue out of there. There we go. So now it's stuck together. Next, bone folder. I used a little less glue this time because so much came out of the other one. But there we go. And then the third one. would make a great Mother's Day card, or birthday card, or anniversary card, or a pick-me-up card. Okay, so that's clue number 8. Clue number 9, attach flowers and leaves to stems, trim if necessary, and adhere under DSP, which is the vase. So I have flowers and some greenery, and there we go. So I'm just going to add some glue to the end of each of these and attach these flowers to each one. Still have a little glue on my fingers, it's a little sticky. Okay, then to add the stems, the leaves, I'm going to kind of, you could stick it ahead, behind. I'm just going to stick them behind on this one to the left. And then behind on the right on this one. And then on the middle of this one. So I'll let it stick up just a little. Okay, got glue all over my fingers. I don't see any comments, so I either have you guys speechless or my internet's not working. Okay, so now we have our card. And this middle one, just kind of gauge how tall you want it. So I don't want it any taller than that. So I'm going to cut about this much off the bottom. And I'm going to add about an inch of glue to the bottom of that. Stick it in here. And just hold it a minute so that it adheres to the designer series paper. Thankfully this glue, you don't need to hold it very long. And then this one I just wanted a little bit shorter. So I'm going to cut that off. Add about an inch of glue. Now just make sure that when you do this, that it doesn't stick too far to the left, because otherwise it'll stick out. So just as a check, make sure you close it. It's just right. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to stick here. Cut, add about an inch of glue, and stick it in. Hopefully it's good. There we go. Alright. So there's our inside vase. Just mesmerized. Jet lag. Okay, yes, I totally get that. Alrighty. Clue number 10. Add banner and die cuts to the front of the card. Well, guess what I didn't do? I got die cuts, but I don't have a banner. Silly me. Well, let's see what I got. Readily available. Let's see. How about, here's a stamp set that's coming the 6th of May. So let's see. Celebrate, thinking of you. I'm always here from you, thinking of you. I don't know. What inspires me? I don't know who I need to send a card to. Suppose I could do a Mother's Day. Here's another set that's just recently come out. So we can do this. Happy Mother's Day. Let me see what I have for white cardstock right here. Happy. I can do Mother-in-Law's Day. Happy. Where can I find Mother? Human Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Get a block. Those aren't very big. Let's see. I must have a bigger piece of white cardstock right here. I do. We'll use this one. Whoops, you guys can't see, can you? Haha. Alright. So I'm using this. She's the Greatest, which I really like because it has everything on it that you could want. You know, for, you know, Nana, Grandma, Grandmom, Pet Mom, Aunt, Daughter, Happy Parents' Day. However you want to do that. So excuse me if my head's in the way as I do this. Trying to line it up. Not always the neatest. Alright. What color shall we do it in? How about Gorgeous Grape, since there's so much purple in it. Alright. Happy Mother's Day. Not my best work, but it'll do. Alright. Just gonna cut this. And I'm gonna add dimensionals to this. And I'm gonna glue these on. And then I think I'll put this here. Could put it on the top. It's all preference, I guess. Equidistant. Alright, get out my glue again. Just gonna add a little bit. I didn't have it down in my cute little holder. And these are delicate, so I'm gonna put them right down. Because I don't want them to fall apart. And then just glue to the back of this. Pop it down. Put my glue back in its little holder. Okay. Now, clue number 11. Embellish as desired. Well, I pulled out these basic rhinestones only because the colors seem to get lost on me. So I'm going to put these in the center of flowers so that they aren't lost. Let's see. I'll put it up here. Just a little extra bling. Whoops, you can't see me again. I'm using the basic rhinestones. Yeah, I do have the directions. And there's a picture in the directions. If you subscribe to my newsletter, I have the directions in the newsletter that's coming out this week. Okay, so there your flowers have popped. All right, the last clue is stamp inside white cardstock if desired. So you can stamp something here. You know, there's so many stamps to choose from. I have these die cuts that I'm just going to pop down from that same DSP just because I felt like being different. And like I said, I know it seems complicated, but it's really not. Getting glue all over everything. I have to get that off with my little eraser. Okay. So there's our card. Happy Mother's Day. So I could put in here for my mother-in-law. I could also use my shirt to get that glue off because my eraser's not right here. So I could put mother-in-law here if I wanted or whatever. All right, now for those of you that don't know, I'm participating in a virtual Stampin' retreat on June 13th and 14th. I will put the information for a link for the flyer on this in the comments of this live so that you can reference it very fast. It gives you all the details, and all you have to do is click where it says to click the file, and it comes up with registration information. I would love to have you join me. I'm really, really looking forward to it, actually. All right, thank you very much for joining me. Like I said, the directions, a PDF of this is in my May newsletter, which is going out on Tuesday. So it's not too late to sign up. There's a link right on the front page of my website, ybstamp.com. Next Sunday, we'll be back to basics again. So until then, happy stamping.